Masato's Blue Sketch Dojo.
Hi, I'm Masato Inoue, car designer. I'm uploading the teaching tips of car design on YouTube. And I'm doing my online car design sketch training. If you are interested, please check. And how about proportion in the real market? For example, I want to talk about four-door sedan and hatchback. I think there are many interesting things is happening. And to know these things is important for designer who want design a car. Okay, so I'd like to firstly talk about the Ford Fiesta. Ford Fiesta is probably the best proportion FF small hatchback. And like a lemon, I said, the Fiesta is a kind of typical lemon-shaped car, one motion, very long waistline, strong wedges, you know, and this tendency is keep going. Maybe after 2000, year 2000, the tendency is quite strong. And this is a 2008 Fiesta sedan, and this is Fiesta hatchback, and this is a sedan. And this is a 2017 the Fiesta. The proportion is almost the same, or even cabin forward for the hatchback. But the different thing is FF sedan was eliminated. They don't make anymore. Then the Ford said they will use the resource to make more different type SUV. So this genre is, in case of Fiesta, terminated, eliminated, right? It's a recent change. And I want to talk about next Honda Civic's big proportion change in 2016. The Honda Civic was one of the most the cabin forward car. They tried like quite much, like crazy. They changed even the angle of the suspension for front cabin forward. And at 2006 to one more generation, they are carrying quite the FF hatchback cabin forward layout. And this is a sedan. It's a quite cabin forward, right? This Y0 line is almost coming to the front tire center. It's amazing. But at 2016, Honda changed very drastically like this. Look at this A-pillar touchdown point here to here. It's pulled a lot. Then the sedan is also, if there's a car like same name as hatchback and sedan, it is basically they are commonizing the front part. Like some car commonize all the rear door, front door, rear door. But in case of Civic, I think at here the rear door is different, but front door seems like commonized. And this is the basic way of how to make it different. And in case of 2016 Honda Civic, the cabin setback tendency is obvious. So it's like those cars are still FF, but pretending to be FR. Looks like. This is drastic, very drastic change. I was very surprised. And so let's see about the European hatchbacks. These two is the BMW 1 Series, first generation, second generation. And those are FR hatchback, front engine rear drive hatchback. So quite cabin setback. But in 2019, BMW 1 Series become FF. The BMW said, as far as I know, the main reason to change was enlarge the interior volume. Since there's no need of propeller shaft, especially rear seat around, will have more capacity. They said 40 millimeter for headroom, 40 millimeter for knee room, they said. So the BMW changed FR to FF, which is a kind of main trend in 70s, 80s. They did this time. And one car which is interesting is the Alfa Romeo Giulietta, started from 2011. And this car is FF, but quite cabin setback. It's a kind of FR proportion. So probably I thought when this car was on the development, the influence of 1 Series is quite much. The proportion, this proportion looks more expensive and higher grade, more rich feeling in another way. So this car tried to express the new Alfa Romeo image with more FR authentic, the sporty and expensive image. So they came out with this style, and The second generation BMW was made by FR, right? Probably they thought, BMW thought, look at this car. Actually, this car have got the second position of the European Car of the Year. And this BMW thought about, we need to improve. Then next version become same FF. And but by keeping the kind of cabin set back proportion. It's very interesting. And so now BMW is having more capacity but keep the expensive, sporty, authentic image by the proportion, right? It's very interesting. And let me tell you about Alfa Romeo Brera to Giulia case. Brera is not a 4-door, it's 2-door. At here, what I want to say is the platform changed from FF to FR. Like I can say back to FR. Formerly, Alfa Romeo was a long historic brand and old car like 50s, 60s, 70s, even 80s. It was FR. But recently it's coming change to the FF. But in 2016 they came back to FR, like a back to the future, no? Back to the FR and seeking for FR proportion. The Alfa Romeo designers said this is a consequence of their desired proportion. Of course, there are several engineering reasons also, like four-wheel drive, adoption, kind of thing. But from the stance of the designer, cabin setback and short front overhang, this is the obvious difference, right? So they could attain, because by the platform change back to the FR, they could attain the new proportion, which is more authentic, sporty, luxury, right? Which is needed for new Giulia. Okay, so let me talk about the BMW 3 Series. I want to start from 1990. The first, I think this is the first contemporary BMW 3 Series. And in 2004 and 2011 and 2018, it's the gradually changing. Which direction? Let me check the first. Let me check the extend the direction of the A pillar. Look, the extension of the A pillar comes to a bit forward from center of the front tire, and in 2004 it's coming exactly center of the tire, and at 2011 it's coming back from a center of tire. And 2018, it's even more back from a center of the front tire. This means cabin setback, right? And let's look at the hood. In 1990, hood was quite flat, almost the same in 2004. But in 2011, hood become really more capacity, height at the front. So like this direction, it was swelled. This is partly because of pedestrian safety. All the car have to have certain the vacant space under the hood. When hit the pedestrian, to less injured, to be less injured of the pedestrian, all the maker have to have a vacant space under the hood. This could be one reason, but the other reason is this attitude emphasize the cabin setback more. And in 2018, the tendency become even more. So the overall cabin position is really looks setback, and this angle here become more parallel to the ground, and the less wedgy is a tendency. So the overall it's becoming more looks expensive, authentic, and kind of authentic sporty. It's a direction of the BMW 3 Series. Actually, the length is now, I keep almost all the lengths same, but actually it's becoming 40 centimeter longer than this era. So it's changing quite much. Okay, so this is a summarize. This page is a summarize of the sedan hatchback proportion, what is going on. They look here. This direction is FF hatchback. This direction FF sedan. This direction FR hatchback, and this direction is FR sedan, right? And at here, this is Ford Fiesta, and the former generation of Civic, Honda Civic. This is a Civic sedan of that generation, and this is a Fiesta sedan of former generation, right? But so this around here can be said Team Extreme FF, cabin forward FF, extreme. Then now I can determine here this side is a BMW 1 Series former generation, and Alfa Romeo Giulia and BMW 3 Series current generation. Those are kind of extreme FR, we could say, probably. You know, it's a quite big difference, right? These are kind of honest to basic weight distribution by the proportion. And what I observed recently is this. Like a FF extreme type, cabin forward type sedan may facing the danger of extinction. It may. It's just my opinion. But the number is decreasing. You know, Honda changed and the Ford terminated, right? Like I said. And also, at here, the team Extreme FR stopped making a hatchback. BMW stopped making a hatchback of the FR, right? Then, so what is happening now is, this is the BMW, the 1 series current generation, which is FF, and this is a Mercedes A-Class FF. This is Audi A1 FF. You know, these three German luxury brand has almost same proportion. It's quite cabin hatchback, a cabin setback. And this is a Honda Civic. Honda Civic formerly here, but suddenly coming into here. It's a huge religion change, I should say. And this is a sedan of the Mercedes A-Class. It's a quite authentic proportion. And this is a Civic sedan. It's amazing. From here to here, it's a huge change, right? Maybe I can say this team FR like FF. FR mimicking FF. But this genre, this type is really increasing now. Formerly here, but coming to here. And let's look at team, something in between. The team mild FF, I named it, is this is Toyota Corolla, and this is a Toyota Corolla sedan, hatchback sedan. These are now most selling number vehicle in the world. It's more than 1 million, 1.4 million cars on the Corolla, named with Corolla. And this is Volkswagen Golf, current generation. It can belongs to team mild FF. And this is a Nissan Sentra sedan. So these cars, the selling number is quite many, and already having quite a famous name, and could be a kind of bread and butter car of the all over the world now. It's taking this position. Formerly, even those were more here, but back to here, I think. So, do you understand? Like this part here is eliminated. Let's say in 70s, 80s, or before, it was all here. But now, once it's coming a lot more here, even a 3-liter car with FF was quite many, even some remaining now. But it's coming back to here in terms of proportion. And the advantage of the FF, which is more luminous cabin capacity, is used. So basically FF layout remaining a lot, but in some expensive car like Alfa Romeo Giulia is coming back to FR to get the proportion. So like this part here, this blue line seems mainstream of today. So this is my observation of these, let's say 30-40 years about hatchback and sedan. So when you do sketch, please understanding these tendency. In case when you draw a sketch, it might looks a little bit silly if you draw like this or this. But sketching is free, so you can expand your area. It's okay. But when you choose, when you make a decision, I think this kind of tendency is better to know and reflect to the decision, I think. So this is the end of today's lecture. Was it interesting? Can you distinguish and draw the genre of the car by proportion? Is an important thing for the designer, So if you think my lesson was useful, please click good button and subscribe button. Also, your comment is very helpful for me, so please leave a comment. Especially this time, I talked my vision. I might wrong, so please write a comment to my comment space. Your opinion. I might wrong, but I really expect your comments in a comment space. Okay, so see you guys. Have a good luck. Have a good day. Bye bye.